it just reminded me, actually, when you said it, I wasn't going to ask you, but it reminded me of that prophecy that's been going round, that somebody passed from me to you, and then there seems to be a lot of stuff in that applies to you, although it was given to somebody else who feels that, well, I wonder what your opinion was. I think he feels that he might have been one of the 42 himself, children.
A lot of people are coming forward saying they're one of the 42.
But you've seen the prophecy that he's had, and that almost could apply to all the 42.
Yeah, that's very accurate.
Would you say?
Yeah. What that reading?
Because I think that will be made public anyway soon, and will be. And in fact, the person we're talking about is going to be the subject of a Basis interview.
Yeah, that was very accurate. And Daniel 12:2, like it says.
I'm just going to move this.
Does that relate to what's in that list? What was in that reading?
It's exactly, because it says, at this time, Michael the great prince will arise. They're talking about now.
Yeah.
And it's the same as the symbol, the Jesuit symbol was the sleeping lion in the orphanage in Canada. At some point, that lion's going to wake up.
Are you talking about the orphanages that Kevin Annette has been exposing as having? Are you talking which orphanage?
Oh, I grew up in an orphanage in Nelson,
right.
in British Columbia in Canada.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So there's
the first 4 years of my life it was run by the Jesuits and the Nazis.
Ah, right, yeah.
And the symbol's a sleeping lion with the Jesuit motto.
It seems that the Nazis just infiltrated every power situation at the end of the war and kind of started running a lot of the world.
Yeah, well, what's interesting there is that the Nazis didn't infiltrate it per se. Hitler was under orders from the Vatican and under orders from the Pope to reclaim the lands of the separated brethren, the white Aryan nation. And his job, under orders from the Pope, was to unite all the white brotherhood from America, England and Germany into one.
Yeah.
So he was under orders from the Pope and the Vatican to do that. So they've always been one organisation, really.
Yeah, he certainly didn't accept that England was going to be fighting him, even when they declared war. He really didn't.
Because he didn't want to attack them.
Yeah.
Because they were, the Aryan nation.
Interesting. Yeah.
So are you saying that the fact that World War II was won, not Britain, the so-called West, the so-called American NATO and allies, or not NATO, the Allies, you're saying that the Allies didn't win World War II, that Hitler or the Nazis did win it and they took control of the associated countries like the United States and the UK?
Do you know what? I think it was fought to a standstill when the war was carried on from that in the unification wars even. Because that just happened in New York. That was the Nazis versus the Jews again, Nazis versus the Zionists. Well, the Catholic Church versus the Zionists. What particular thing in New York you're referring to? The shooting on the night of the Blenheim Palace fundraiser. I've just done a video about this where I sort of interviewed, I just spoke myself on the camera. Yeah.
To my house.
Okay, so we'd gone in, Hayley, Deb and I, Peter Lydon got us in again, Princess Diana's cousin, and it was in Sotheby's. You saw the picture of me and the Duke, everyone's seen that. There was a riot outside when we got there. There was a riot happening, there was all police in that riot gear. It was the Occupy Wall Street people. It's going crazy outside there. So I walked past and this guy
in
runs
a penguin suit, Greg.
Yeah, I walked past and this guy runs up to me and goes, "Hey mother, are you going in there to count some money?" And then this woman runs up to Hayley and goes, "You and your jacket," to Hayley. But we ignored them, just carried on walking in, and then gone in. There'd be they were auctioning on things like watches and stuff. And we had a dinner. We were sat to the left. Evelyn Rothschild's entourage was sat in the middle. It was Evelyn Rothschild, and there was about 9 of them sat there. And I'd gone in the toilet, and there was a toilet attendant. You get toilet attendants these places, give your aftershave and stuff like that. And you know, it was planned before all this, what was going to happen. So I'd gone in there, you know, he was Opus Dei, toilet attendant.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking, and you know, he gave me the green light. Gone in there, and there was a hollow compartment in the wall.
Was you just triggered at some point, and then you knew what to do?
Yeah, I got reminded
but you
of stuff.
didn't know when you arrived at that place.
Well, I'm always under a certain degree of hypnosis, or permanently,
Right.
you know. So it's just people tell you stuff, and then you just, oh right, you remember. Oh, of course, yeah, we had that meeting last week, didn't we? And we're going to do this. It's pretty simple, really. It's not rocket science, and it's pretty easy to hypnotise somebody. So there's a hollow compartment in the wall, pulled out as Heckler & Koch mini machine gun, submachine gun in there, and lifted up the system. Smith & Wesson taped underneath it. Like that, just cocked the pistol, put it in my pants, cocked the Heckler & Koch, walked out, and he gave me the Opus Dei signal speaking in Latin. Everything's always in Latin with them. And just walked out, just with the submachine gun in my hand, and I got about 10 feet away from them, just opened fire on the table. You know, and,
was this reported in the news?
No,
right.
Nothing reported whatsoever.
So you're saying you killed how many people?
Shot about 9, there was about 9, shot about 9 of them. Just emptied the clip, sprayed them. The people to the right, I was shooting them in the back, like that, around chest level. And then you always, once you empty the clip, you always just drop the gun in these situations. You always just drop the gun on the floor. And then pulled out the Smith & Wesson and just emptied it in. I was shooting people in the face then with the pistol. They were the ones facing me. And then the whole place just erupted in a riot, people running around screaming. It was just chaos. And I dropped the pistol. And then they always told to walk off calmly after you do the shooting. And we just got out of there, and there was a car waiting for us. But the riot outside was to cover up the noise of the chaos inside. What was going on?
So
now, there have been British soldiers, and there have been American soldiers. You absolutely think this is, you know, they really, you know, they're pretty. They think this is not true, and they think that you're bringing the relevant agencies and armies into disrepute. You know, oh, you didn't do this, whatever. What if you're talking to a bunch of guys who disagree with you violently about this? What would you say to those people?
Well, I'd say, you know, why would all this massive effort, all these people to bring me down, try and destroy me? It's a big network. It's a lot of effort. Why, if I haven't done anything, why bother doing all that? I've lost everything. I'm sat here with no money. And more importantly, I sat here with no family. And it's because it's revenge because of what I've done. But I knew it would happen. I knew there'd be fallout.
Okay, so.
But the war's just beginning, Miles.
So, obviously, there's, in a sense, even only metaphorically, a war. There's evil and dark forces, and those that are struggling to bring the light. The sides in the war, but would you say that you were an unwilling participant for a particular side? Because would you recognise either of those sides? I mean, you're working for the Opus Dei against the Rothschilds. I mean, as a hired hand, presumably you don't want to further their causes as such. I mean, are you an unwitting participant, if you like? Is it something that you can't resist?
I support the Catholic Church because I was raised by them, and I support bringing forward the final Pope. It's been prophesied.
I see. So you do.
I support that.
Support
Peter Romanus. I support bringing him out because he can't. You know, the joke Pope. It's like Stan Laurel, the new Pope, Francis I.
Okay, I didn't look into it.
Well, he's called the joke Pope. It's like the Pope's supposed to have charisma. And
I was brought up Catholic too.
And he's just, you know, that's what he's called, the joke Pope, because he's not the real Pope. The whole Catholic Church, the whole world is waiting for Peter the Roman, Peter Romanus, and he's going to be the final Pope. He's going to be the man.
Right.
It's going to change everything, and that's who they were grooming in our orphanage.
That man.
that man, they said, we're going to create the most powerful man in the world. And it's only a small group of boys.
And so somebody did refer to you.
And Michael Emerson worked for Opus Dei, and he referred to me on the radio show before he died as Peter Romalis.
I see.
And was talking. It all takes a bit of looking into.
Yeah, interesting.
And I'm an ordained priest. I was ordained as a priest in Fort Leonard.
Presumably not a Jesuit priest.
I was put into a military arm of the church.
Of the
on the
which
base.
church?
It's actually the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
The Mormons. Yeah.
Is that the Jehovah's Witnesses?
No, it's the Mormons.
Right.
Yeah. I was ordained as a priest in there, and that was a stepping stone to have credibility with the Catholic Church. At some point in the future.
So
it's not like I'm done.
They're developing you in a kind of spiritual sense as well as
it's not even really spiritual. It's just like it's kind of military and political.
Right.
You know, it's just like Donald Marshall talked about this. They needed a strong leader to talk humanity in the public through a alien body snatching crisis. They need to, which is happening now. They needed someone to come in and talk everyone through it so people don't freak out and say, it's okay, it is under control, we'll handle this. And this is what's happening now. But it's not like, I'm not done now. It's not like, oh, all this has happened, I'm finished. It's just the beginning.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, sure, because people waking up, well, myself, I'm a good example because I saw your stuff and I thought, something really weird had happened. I hadn't even looked into my background, but when I saw you, I looked, and there was loads of weird stuff. Being visited by a doctor every 3 months, when up to the age of 4, for a supposed survey that nobody else got. You know, some bits and bobs, moved down to the bum, and a light coming in the window, feeling like I was being examined, blah, 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 blah. All that business,
all the usual signs.
But it was your stuff that made me think England, because I'd just seen it as a distance, something that was going on in the States before that I saw you, and you was talking about England. So.
Yeah, so it's just, Donald Marshall talks about it, It's going to be somebody who's going to come on.
I think you researched you articulate in a lot of your own research that you can put it all, you're putting the pitch together. Whereas that's hard to do for a lot of years when you start looking into what's going on. So you are speaking out in those ways for sure, I can see right now.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning. Because I have to start speaking at conferences so people can see me and talk to me and know that I'm not lying. Can't keep posting stuff on Facebook. It's like, you can, but it doesn't come across properly in text. People need to see you like we're doing now. Yeah.
Well, I think that would be really great. Yeah, a good way to get it all out there.